The gym smelled of sweat, polished floors, and determination. The room was packed. 280 Navy SEALs lined up, watching, training, waiting for the day's evaluations. Lieutenant Commander Alexis Viper Reyes moved through the chaos with quiet authority, her eyes sharp, calculating, aware of every movement. One Marine, brimming with misplaced arrogance, stepped forward, his voice sharp, his tone mocking. "Don't forget who I am," he sneered, raising his hand as if the world belonged to him. Time slowed. Alexis felt the shift in the air, a subtle tightening of muscles around her. She could hear the faint creak of boots on the wooden floor, the rustle of uniforms, the collective intake of breath from every SEAL in the room. One wrong move from her could escalate her, one wrong move from him could challenge the order of discipline. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who's listening. Alexis's mind raced in calm, precise rhythms. She remembered the countless drills, the sleepless nights, the operations where a single misjudgment could cost lives. This was no ordinary confrontation. It was a test of patience, authority, and skill under scrutiny. Her hand flexed slightly, a reminder of her years of training, her body conditioned for precision, speed, and controlled power. The Marine's smirk widened. Confidence, arrogance, ignorance. "Think you can stop me?" he taunted, stepping closer. Around them whispers spread. Other SEALs exchanged glances, uncertain. Some leaned forward, curiosity piqued. The room, once filled with disciplined calm, now vibrated with tension, every heart attuned to the impending clash. Alexis's lips curved into a faint, controlled smile. She didn't flinch, didn't raise her voice, didn't threaten. Authority flowed from her presence alone. She remembered a lesson from a past mission. True power is silent until it strikes, and when it does, it leaves no room for doubt. The Marine lunged. Instinct and training took over. Alexis twisted her body with fluid precision, redirecting his motion, her hand catching his wrist. Her grip locking with unyielding strength. In a single smooth movement, she twisted his arm behind him, guiding him to the floor without breaking a rhythm. The sound of the impact echoed wood against boot, authority over arrogance. The room froze. Every SEAL held their breath. Murmurs, small at first, began to spread. "That's Viper. She just wow. I didn't know she was." The Marine struggled, shock and disbelief washing over his face. He had underestimated her. Everyone had. Alexis held him there, controlled, demonstrating that power is not about rage but precision, not about intimidation but skill. She could have humiliated him further, but leadership was about measured action, about teaching respect without unnecessary cruelty. The moral tension was palpable. Strength can crush, but restraint builds loyalty, admiration, and lasting impact. From the sidelines, the SEALs watched as the confrontation unfolded like a lesson in real time. Dust from the polished floors glimmered in shafts of light, echoing the tension in the room. The Marine's breathing quickened, a stark contrast to Alexis's calm. She moved with the fluidity of someone who had spent years in life-or-death scenarios. Yet here, she chose restraint over aggression. Finally, the Marine's arm was released. He rose slowly, understanding dawning in his eyes. The whispers grew into murmurs of acknowledgement, respect mingled with disbelief. Alexis straightened, eyes sweeping across the room, every gaze meeting hers. She didn't boast. She didn't need to. The silent authority, the demonstration of skill, spoke louder than any words. The climax of the moment was not in the physical maneuver, but in the emotional weight it carried. Every SEAL present understood the lesson. Do not underestimate. Do not challenge without thought, and recognize true authority when it stands in front of you. The room's energy shifted from tension to awe, a subtle applause of respect resonating in nods, quiet exhalations, and widened eyes. Even as the Marine recovered, the moral imprint remained. He had been corrected, not humiliated. Educated, not destroyed. Alexis had demonstrated that leadership is rooted in respect earned, in skill demonstrated, and in judgment exercised. Power is not a display, is a responsibility. Later, as the room returned to routine drills, Alexis moved among the SEALs, offering guidance, corrections, and subtle encouragement. The Marine, once arrogant, now walked with quiet acknowledgement, understanding that the encounter had changed him, just as it had reaffirmed her position among the elite. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. Alexis stood by the wall, observing a faint smile tugging at her lips. In that single, controlled twist, she had reminded everyone present that authority is not given, it is shown, felt, and remembered. Every eye in the room had witnessed it, every heart carried the lesson. And in the silence that followed, the weight of respect, mastery, and restraint lingered like sunlight through the gym windows, shining on those who would remember it forever. Thank you for listening to this story from Whispered Words. If it inspired you, leave a comment and subscribe for more cinematic, suspenseful tales of courage, skill, and respect earned.